Hi guys, how are you today? Here's Put It Project, and today we have a new video from our HTML course. How are you today? Today we create our I want to learn to you the forms and information about forms and the types of forms, how you can create one beautiful form and something like this. Okay, let's know about forms. What is the forms? What is the forms in HTML? Okay, let's see. This is a form. You watch these forms at the website, and the comment forms, the sign forms, and some forms, the address, the post forms, all of this we say two forms. For the logging pages we have one form, all of this is form. Okay, we have one page. In this page we have some input. You can watch it. This is input from radio, this is email, this is password, this is text, this is checkbox, and all of this is a submit. All of this in the one form. So we have one mother forms, its name, form, for the forms, and in the mother forms we have some tag. In this tag we have this text, password, email, checkbox, radio, and all of this. Okay, so let's know about form tag. Okay, you can watch this form here. This page is form tag, this part is form tag. In this form tag we have four field, four tag, four input tags going to the form, and this is another form. We have 7 input in forms. So we have input in the forms. We are the input in the form tag. Let's open the W3 school, and I say to you. Okay. Let's I disable the VPN. I don't have VPN. Okay, let's search it here. Okay. In the form. Okay, it's not open. In the forms we get some input, and let's watch it in the here. Unless I disable the okay. Okay, refresh. Going to refresh. Okay. Let's I write it for you because my network is bad. HTML5 form. We don't write any action. We write some input in the form. Okay, what's we have very types of input. The input is the field, we write it, we write the forms. This is one input for text, this is one input for email, this is one input for phone, and this is one input for submit. So all of this we have it for phone, for email, for name. For name we use input text. For the phone we write input tell, or for email we write input type email. And what's difference between email and text? If we don't have any @ sign at gmail.com, at outlook.com, it gets error to us for submit it. All of forms have one tag. in all of form we have it. What tag we have it? It's the submit form, because we use this submit form for going to save our data in the JS, use it in JS, and going for the backend. So we have one tag in all of forms it's used. What is it? It's submit. Submit. Here we have two tag and one submit. Okay, we can here write go for the value. Go. For example, we can write run. We can write all of this, but this button is going to submit your file, your data to your backend. We write this code at the backend and in the JS. We write it here, for example, submit. Usually we write it submit. Not always, but usually we write it submit. You can write it with CSS, you can get it bold and some like this. Okay, let's write BR forgetting break. Right, regular line. Okay. How we can write something like this? Name, email, phone. How we can write it? We have we have something in forms. It's name label. You can use it another without form, but always in the forms we have it. We write label, and here in the form we should write the ID, only the ID. Here we write, for example, name. Here we write name. Here I write name, and like this. Let's touch it. It's right here, like this. So let's write one email for one label for email, and watch it. Here you should write it one line up, down, up of your input. So here we write label for email form. In the ID we write email form. What is the ID and class? I say to you in the CSS course, it's used in CSS course, and all of this I say to you what is the ID and class. Only now you know when we want to have one input and one label, we should have one ID. In the ID we write some name, and we write this name in the label. Only you learn this, and I say to you what is it and what's used it. Email. It's okay. It's okay now. Now let's write one. Tell for it. Tell, and one label phone, and here I write the phone, for example, phone number. Here we write phone, and let's touch it. Phone. Okay, here we have one phone number, and we can choose the size of it. We can write the space from up and down of it, but in the CSS, not in HTML. Only we can write something like this in HTML. We have five important type of input. Where we write the types, in the type attribute, we write the type. And we have four important five. It's text. We have one of it here. We have one of it. It's a radio. I write it here. Here I write radio. Man. For example, For example, I copy it and paste it here. BR, I write it from in form one. For example, I write on form one. Okay, we have it like this. In the type radio input type radio. Okay, let's say check. Yeah, it's going to okay. Phone one radio input phone. Okay, here we can choose men and women. Okay, it is the radio. And we write all of this with CSS. We write something for disable it, and all of this with CSS we write it. Okay, here you can watch it, the radio, like this. And also you can write it something like this in the attribute of it, in the name attribute. Like this. For going here, we can only choose all of this, but why? We have bug. So type radio ID and it should have the value. If you want to doesn't have show um any label, let's write the value for it. For example, I write some value for, oh, sorry, I copy this. If I say when we write the correct name, it's going to do. Why it's not do? Okay, we can only choose one of these. It's the going for, you can't choose one of two of these, the all men and women. Only you can choose men or women. It's correct. Okay. And let's know about all of the another one. And the another one is submit. It's the most important of it. I say to you what's used and all of this. I say it more in the JS course, but for now only you should write it. You should write it. And the next one is, let's I removed it because it's not the important important input tag. We have another input. It's used in the exams. It's named checkbox. We have one checkbox, correct or not correct. For example, here I have one label. We write HTML is for create program of websites. It's not correct because we do it with JS. HTML for going to create the basic of design. So here for name, for ID, I write the exam. For example, in the for I write again exam. These forms we can write on exam forms, and we can use all of this. It's very good tag. It's very interesting for use it. We We can write it like this. Let's search exam form. It's very, very interesting to creating exam form HTML. We write it like this. It's very, very easy. You can create it after you finish the HTML and CSS. It's very, very easy if you learn the HTML CSS. Now you can write it, but it's not very beautiful. Another one is the button. For creating the button, we use the button, and it's used in JS. It's not used in HTML and CSS, but you learn it, and in JS we used it. Label, not label. We don't want any label. Input button. Hi. We can write in JS. We can write when we click to this button, you alert the hi and say hi to us. For example, we can write something like this, and it's very easy. We write it in with fork line. If we click to this here, we have it's open one message and write hi. It's very easy, but it's used in JS, not here. Today I finished the course of today, but please use all of input and write it for yourself and watch it. For example, b button, color, data, date time. What different between date and datetime? Say me at the comments. And datetime local and the file, months, number, all of this you can use it, but different between text and also text and password. Also say it me to comments. It's a very, very good for learning. Last session we don't have any homework, but today we have it. Please write one comment form like this. Let's show it to you. Comment for template like this. Add your comment. It have the name, email, and the message of comment, and one submit button. I don't want to create it like this with designing. Only it's for input, for label with correct input, and with one submit button. If you have any question, like always ask me at the comments box. And also, if you want to help me, please subscribe my channel. It's a very, very get me hope. And also please like my video if you can help you to learn the HTML. And please share my video to your friends. They want to learn HTML and designing the code if you liked it. Have a nice day. Today is the one of the last session of our discourse, because the next video is, I think so, it's the last video. Have a nice day and goodbye.